Good morning, Carmel Catholic. Mr. Huther here with you this morning for our second segment of Core of a Corsair. And again, this segment, or these segments, are designed to explore what it means to be a Corsair through the perspective of our students, alumni, faculty, and staff. So this morning we have a few more students with us this morning. We have Julia and Sarah. So say hello to our audience here this morning. So Julia and Sarah will be talking with us about a number of things, but I just want to kind of tie into the last segment that we did. We focused on enthusiasm and what Carmel looks like during games, when we're in support of our fans, when we're out there in the community, no matter what the event is, but how we enthusiastically show our support. And I must say, I think our first few football games, volleyball games, soccer games, we've had probably the best student section I've seen in my 5 years here. What do you think? How have the student section fans been this year?
I agree. I feel like everybody's been really supportive this year. A lot of people have been showing up to all sorts of sports. Yeah. So I feel like the energy has been really good so far.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody's been dressing up for the themes and like showing their support, showing their enthusiasm. It's really fun.
So what do you attribute to that? Why this year is there something remarkable about our fans?
I don't know. I feel like everybody's just really excited to be back. Not really, maybe not school-wise, but in other aspects. We're all trying to like really get into it this year, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, awesome. What was the highlight thus far of a game that you've attended in the student section?
One of my highlights was the Gold Rush game, just like seeing everybody dressed up and seeing everybody's costumes, and like everybody went like all out, and it was just so cool to see.
Yeah.
I agree. Same with me. The Gold Rush was really cool, and it was our first game back. I think everybody really went all in, so that's cool.
Awesome, awesome. A highlight for me, so last game, and I wasn't there, but multiple people reported this. So an away game at Lake Forest, our student section, we had a bunch of our leaders stay behind, cleaned up. So we're in an away stadium, we're at Lake Forest. They stayed behind the game to clean up the whole student section, leaving it better than when we got there. I think that's remarkable. So awesome, awesome. So we're going to have a lot of fans tonight. I assume we're going to continue that trend of positive enthusiasm, but we're not here to talk about that today. I want to talk about leadership, right? So we know that Carmel is an acronym, right? And the L is leadership. Pop quiz, what's the C-A-R-M-E? Sarah.
C is community.
A?
Academics.
R?
Reverence.
M?
I don't know what that is.
It rhymes with schmission.
Mission.
Mission.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm,
Yes.
right? So today we're talking about leadership. And we have you here because you've demonstrated leadership. So last year you were in our student council. So let's talk a little bit about that. What does leadership look like in student council?
Student council is all just about student input, really. We just kind of get like to have a student voice in all sorts of different activities. We do a lot of fundraisers like the blood drive. We do all sorts of dances, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when you say you do those things, so like you organize them, you make sure that they're well attended, you make sure that there's good communication. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, we really want to focus on just like getting the ideas from the student body and just getting contributions from the community so that we can help make the student body a better place to be in.
Awesome, to make the student body a better place to be in. I think that's all of our goal, and I think you nailed it. Student voice is the way to do that. And I mentioned that a little bit yesterday. We're doing a lot of surveys. We're going to be doing a lot of surveying this year. And not just surveying for the sake of surveying. So you guys did a survey and advisory yesterday. We already started combing through those results because we want to know what our students think. And especially, that's how leadership is developed. If they let us know what they're thinking, and then we give it to the students and say, hey, what do we do with this? Right? So what's the best way to connect student voice to action, right? So how do we take student voice and then make action out of it?
Yeah, I would say just really communication is key. I feel like if you sign up, even if it's not student council, but if you just get involved and talk to your teachers, a lot can happen just from a simple conversation.
Yes.
So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent communication. All right, great. So Julia Taylor and Sarah Jenkins here with us this morning. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Zillows is family. Working at a place that understands me and my life makes all the difference. The scheduling gives me the time to pursue my goals.
Zillows is fun. Whether it's working with incredible people or getting to serve some of the best food in the world, I can say that I have fun.
And we are back. We have Bomi Kim and Evan Valinsky here with us this morning. And we're going to talk about some of the same things, leadership. But before we do that, let's get your thoughts on some of our games. Have you been to any of our games this year?
I went to the first home game, and it was awesome. The atmosphere is awesome. The Corsair walk's always amazing, and seeing the players run through the flag. I love football season, and it's awesome that it's back. So, yeah, I'm really excited for tonight.
Awesome. What about you, Bomi?
I haven't been to any yet, but
All right.
I'm waiting for the big homecoming game.
Oh, it's coming up, right? That's going to be an action-packed game versus Viator, right? Late September. So make sure you put that game on your calendars. So we're here to talk about leadership, right? The L in Carmel. And I think it's cool that it's the L, right? Because it's at the end of the acronym.
Mm-hmm.
The community, the academics, the reverence, the mission, the enthusiasm. You do all those things. You put them all together, and what are you?
A leader.
You're a leader,
Yeah.
right? So let's start with you, Bomi. How are you a leader at Carmel? How have you demonstrated leadership?
Right now, I'm running the Korean club,
Mhm.
as you know, and that's because I really like representing my culture here at Carmel, and I want to make all the international students feel included.
Yeah.
So that's why I became a leader, and I'm trying to find new ways to do that.
Excellent. You know, Mr. Donner, he said if you want to see a master class in what an activity looks like at Carmel, he said, because I think it's today, right?
Yeah.
Korean Club's meeting today. He said you got to stop by the Korean Club. He said you will see such engagement, such happy, enthusiastic students, and he said the leadership in the Korean Club is simply amazing. So after school today, we're giving a shout out to the Korean Club. What do you guys have in store today in the Korean Club?
One of the members are going to present about Korean beauty,
Okay.
and we take turns going to do presentations.
Yeah, cool. Any Korean food at these club meetings?
Some of them we do bring in food, and we introduce different stories behind them,
Cool.
and then sometimes have a movie party.
All right, excellent. And what about you, Evan? What does leadership look like for you at Carmel?
Leadership to me means kind of stepping out of what everyone else is doing, maybe organizing a trip, even if you're not a part of a club, like student council, contacting someone saying you want to start something that's important to you, maybe a service trip or something like that. I think is really a really good example of leadership at Carmel.
Yeah, excellent. And let's dig in a little more concretely here. Let's talk about student council, because you both were involved in student council last year. What do you think a highlight of the student council's efforts was last year?
Yeah, I think obviously what everyone knows about student council is you get to organize the dance. So that's always super fun, for me at least, is getting to put the dance together, getting all the logistics correct, and watching it all come together is pretty fun.
Yeah, awesome.
And for me, I think I would highlight the acronym C in Carmel, which is community, because we run a lot of charities and drives, so we get a chance to help the community outside of Carmel, and that really means a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sarah and Julia mentioned the blood drive, for example. Yeah. It's kind of been a really unique thing that we've done, and a lot of schools may do blood drives, but not like we do them. We pull in so many students. I remember one year I went to go give blood, and the line was just so long. I didn't know that the adults could skip the line, right? So I just kind of saw the line. I'm like, all right, this is great. Look at this turnout that we have here. And I think another thing that was really great about the blood drive is how we communicate the impact of what that does. And we really tie it to, what it means to give blood and how it really does save lives. So blood drive is going to happen again this year. And I know we have a few students who are even organizing blood drives outside of Carmel. We had an Eagle Scout who recently organized a blood drive that did really well. And so I love that it is something that's really community-based here as well.
One thing, I didn't know how big of a deal it was. So as a freshman, like all the seniors and juniors were talking about getting their blood taken. I was like, is this really that exciting?
Yeah.
So
Everyone was so excited
yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
so I didn't know that coming in. I think it's cool how it's kind of a big part of the culture
Yeah.
here.
You think it's because of the cookies and the snacks afterwards?
Possibly,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I think it has a little bit to do with helping out as well.
Yeah, I agree, Evan. You know, and you mentioned the dances. So the student council is going to take part in the dance this year, right?
Yep.
You know, I've been trying to get my DJ business going.
Nice.
Do you think I have a shot at being a DJ at one
We'll
of the
see,
dances?
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
You
we
guys
could
have
do
tryouts
Yeah,
for
maybe
that,
we could
or-
do a little tryout after school one day.
Okay.
See how
Alright.
it goes. Yeah.
I focus on like 80s music at dances, so I don't know any of the new stuff though. It's
Yeah,
just the
I don't-
80s.
Okay. Well, we can have a tryout. We'll
Okay.
make that work.
All right, cool. Anything else you'd like to offer for? We have a bunch of people listening, thinking, I want to be a leader at Carmel. What do I got to do to be a leader?
I know Mr. Donner sent out a Google form to everyone who's interested, so feel free to fill that out. And
Yeah. I think being a leader, student council is a great way to be a leader because you get access to resources to start something or to help with something that you wouldn't have if you weren't in it. But if you aren't looking to do that, there are definitely ways to step out and help the community by creating your own event or just emailing people and seeing if you can help with whatever they're doing is a great way for just a student to become more of a leader in the community.
I'm like, you might think it's really hard to become a leader because you have to be up there and like be in front of everyone. But I feel like student council is an easy step to take because you're with everyone else and you can just work as a team to solve problems and just add your voice.
Excellent. I could not have said any of that better myself. Bomi, Evan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sarah, Julia, Carmel, we'll be back with another segment of Core of a Corsair here in coming weeks. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank